In this video, we will solve a word problem using the law of sines. This particular problem is kind of a bird's eye view of a boat race. It gives you a couple of points, and most importantly, it gives you a couple of bearings. Now, bearings you need to make sure that you interpret correctly in order to solve it properly. So any kind of bearing, so let's just use this one, south 52 degrees west. As an example, you want to start by facing this direction, and then you want to rotate this many degrees towards this direction. So when we start drawing this picture, it says we're going to start here at point A, and we're going to proceed in the direction 52 degrees, south 52 degrees west. It means start by facing south. So you're looking down this way. Imagine that you're looking down this way. And the course goes 52 degrees west of that southwards bearing. So it's going to actually go this way towards point B. And it's this angle that will be 52 degrees because it's south and then 52 degrees towards the west. So that's how you interpret that bearing. And that gets you to point B. Then once you get to point B, it asks you to turn in the direction of another bearing. The new bearing is also south, but in this case it would be 40 degrees to the east. So it's describing that angle right here. All right. And then it gets you, when you travel along here, it gets you to point C. So let's just call where the you're traveling back to point C. Now we can confirm that point C down here is directly south of point A by this sentence here. Point C lies 8 kilometers. Did I say miles? Kilometers directly south from point A. So we know that this is a nice even vertical line here. This would be 8 kilometers. We can start putting in some more measurements. Now, we don't really know what this angle is yet, but we do know that this angle is 40 degrees. How do we know that? Well, north-south is always going to be parallel to north-south. And so these guys would be alternate interior angles. So if this one is 40, then that one is 40, which will allow us to solve for that last angle for angle B. Triangle sum theorem, always have to add up to 180. So angle B will be equal to 180 minus the sum of the two known angles. And so angle B is 88 degrees. And now you've got a pretty straightforward law of sines problem. You know all three angles. We started off, by the way, with angle side angle, which gives us the ability to use law of sines. So this one's a pretty straightforward one. So we'll set it up. Our unknowns are both sides, so we'll keep those in the numerators. So A over sine 52, because little a is going to be opposite big A. Little b is 8, so 8 over sine of 88. And then little c, opposite of 40 degrees. And I will let you work your way through it, but you should get A is 6.3 kilometers. C is 5.1 kilometers. And then approximate the total distance, in other words, finding the perimeter. Adding those up, total distance would be 19.4